The Zephyri council chamber erupted in mocking laughter as Princess Lisarai stood before them, her crystalline skin dim with shame. Her father, Emperor Zalthor, raised his hand for silence, his face a mask of practiced disappointment. "The human delegation requests a bride," the Emperor announced, his voice dripping with contempt. "A gesture of goodwill between our species. We shall grant them one." More laughter. Everyone knew what this meant. The Zephyri prized fertility above all else. Their race was dying, each generation smaller than the last. And Lysarai, despite her royal blood and 23 summers, had shown no signs of the breeding glow that marked fertile females. She was barren, worthless. "Let the humans have our defective princess," Councillor Vextar sneered. "Perhaps they'll find some use for her we could not." The vote was unanimous. Captain Marcus, Chen of the Earth diplomatic vessel. Horizon's Promise stood awkwardly in the docking bay as the Zephyri entourage delivered their gift. The princess was beautiful by any standard, tall and elegant, with skin that refracted light like a prism and eyes the color of nebulae. But her posture spoke of defeat, and the cruel smirks on her escorts' faces told Marcus everything he needed to know. This wasn't a gift. It was a disposal. "Princess Lisarai," he said, formally offering his hand. "Welcome aboard." She stared at his hand as if it were a weapon, then slowly placed her delicate fingers in his palm. Her skin was cool, smooth as polished glass. "I will not burden you long, human," she whispered. "I know what I am." Marcus's jaw tightened. He'd read the reports, studied Zephyri culture. He knew exactly what they thought of her, and it made his blood boil. "You're a person," he said firmly, "and on this ship that's all that matters." The journey back to Earth took 3 months. At first, Lisarai remained in her quarters, silent and withdrawn. But Marcus made it his mission to draw her out. He brought her meals, showed her human movies, taught her about Earth's chaotic, beautiful diversity. "Your people value only one thing," she observed one evening, watching a documentary about coral reefs. "Mine valued only one thing. But you," she gestured at the screen showing thousands of species, "you celebrate difference." "Humanity learned the hard way," Marcus said softly. "We almost destroyed ourselves over our differences. Now we know they're our strength." Slowly, Lysarai began to emerge. She started eating in the common area, conversing with the crew, even laughing at the engineers' terrible jokes. Her crystalline skin began to glow brighter, shifting through colors the crew had never seen before. Dr. Sarah Okonkwo, the ship's physician, ran tests at Lysarai's request. What she discovered made her call Marcus to the med bay immediately. "She's not barren," Dr. Okonkwo said, pulling up holographic charts. "The Zephyri reproduction is triggered by specific pheromones and environmental conditions. Their society is so rigid, so uniform that only certain genetic profiles can trigger the breeding response." She turned to face him. "But humans are different. Our biochemistry is chaos, thousands of compounds, infinite variations. Lisarai's body is responding to our diversity." "Responding how?" Marcus asked. Lysarai stepped forward, her skin blazing with light. "I am fertile, Captain. Not just fertile, optimally so. Your species' very existence triggers what my people could not." The news spread through the ship like wildfire. When they reached Earth, Marcus expected Lisarai to disappear into research facilities. Instead, she made a request that shocked everyone. "Send me back," she told the Earth Council. "As your ambassador, let me return to my people with proof." The Zephyri Emperor's face when Lysarai strode back into the council chamber was priceless. Her skin glowed like a star, her body radiating the unmistakable signs of peak fertility. The entire court gasped. "Impossible," Zalthor breathed. "You were tested, examined, you were barren." "I was stifled," Lysarai corrected, her voice ringing with newfound confidence. "Our species is dying not because we lack the capacity to reproduce, but because we've become too uniform. Too rigid, too pure." She gestured to Marcus, who stood beside her in his Earth uniform. "Humanity thrives because they embrace chaos, diversity, difference. Their very biochemistry is a symphony of variation." She pulled out Dr. Okonkwo's research data, displaying it for all to see. 73% of Zephyri females tested aboard human vessels showed marked fertility improvement. Our bodies are literally starving for genetic and biochemical diversity. Counselor Vextar rose, fury contorting his features. You would have us mongrelies our race? Breed with these primitives solved in 3 months what our scientists couldn't in 3 centuries. Lysarai cut him off. And they're offering to help. Not through breeding programs or genetic manipulation, but through simple exposure, cultural exchange, environmental diversity. The Emperor sat in silence, processing this information. Finally, he spoke. What do the humans want in return? Marcus stepped forward. Nothing, Your Majesty. We offer this freely, because that's what good neighbors do. The cultural exchange program began within the year. Zephyri scientists, artists, and yes, those deemed barren, traveled to Earth and human colonies. They experienced rain and desert, chaos and creativity, 1,000 different foods, and 1,000,000 different ideas. The Zephyri birth rate tripled within 5 years. Princess Lysarai became Ambassador Lysarai, splitting her time between worlds. She never forgot the day she was given away as a joke, a broken toy deemed unworthy, but she also never forgot the human who looked at her and saw only a person. On the 10th anniversary of first contact, she stood beside Marcus at the dedication of the Zephyri Human Friendship Station. Her skin glowed with colors her people had thought lost forever, and she carried within her body the future of her race, a child that would never have existed without humanity's greatest gift. Not technology, not medicine, but the simple revolutionary idea that there was no such thing as worthless. The Zephyri had gifted her as a joke, but she returned as salvation, proving that sometimes the trash one species discards is the treasure another sees clearly, and in the end it was humanity's refusal to see anyone as broken that saved an entire civilization from extinction.